My name is Andy Zeeman, and my wife and I own Benjamin Vineyards and Winery located in Saxbahaw, North Carolina. It's a family-run business. It's my wife and I and our 3 children. We do have a part-time college student that runs our tasting room for us on the weekends, and then during the harvest season I've got a husband and wife couple that help us pick. This bill started out as House Bill, I think it was 1054, and it came about last year, and I think the proponents of that bill realized it wasn't going to fly, so they have rewritten it and reintroduced it as 1161. In North Carolina, we're up to 106 wineries. The wine industry is a very big tourist draw. They're going to be flying in and out, so they can't carry a case of wine with them on the flight. So what they'll do is they'll come to the winery, they'll order a case of wine, and then we'll ship it to their house. Now, if this legislature goes through, we won't be able to ship the wine to their home. So that'll basically cut out all the tourism business as far as purchasing wine on site. Unfortunately, the reaction is I'm horrified.
The CARE Act, H.R. 1161, is a very misunderstood piece of legislation. I'm Tim Kent, Executive Director of the North Carolina Beer and Wine Wholesalers Association. Here is the fundamental purpose of the legislation: to reaffirm the rights of states to regulate alcohol, and for states to make that decision in cooperation with their local governments, and to not have those decisions being made by faceless, nameless judges in federal courts across the country.
I took my hobby and made it into a full-time passion. We got our license about 10 years ago, and we were the 26th winery to be bonded in the state of North Carolina. Most of the wineries, again, are less than 10 years old, and we're just starting to get rolling as a self-supporting industry in the state. Any regulation that would, limit our ability to sell our wine, of course, is going to hurt the industry at this point when it's at such a young age.
I understand their concerns. I think that there has been a lot of misinformation that has been spread about House Resolution 1161. What this does is it reaffirms the state's rights to regulate alcohol as the state sees fit.
The wholesalers want to handle every sale of every alcohol beverage and cut out all the small businesses like us, which is, I think it's despicable.
I politely disagree with the gentleman. North Carolina has a rather quote-unquote liberal approach towards self-distribution, both in terms of beer and in wine. As far as wine is concerned, it's 100,000 gallons of wine can be created by a winery before they have to use a wholesaler. Again, that's a lot of wine. And there are more than 100 wineries in North Carolina, and only 2, Biltmore and Duplin, have reached that threshold.
We really can't defeat some of the real heaviest lobbyers because, again, the industry is just starting in this state, and we don't have the lobby power that a national wine distributor has.